Hey guys, I am back and today I am going to be doing another Empties video. So I've got my big Tupperware full of empty makeup products here in front of me and I am ready to go through it with you, give you all of my thoughts and tell you what I would repurchase and what I'm not interested in. Today's a really exciting update because I have a lot of makeup empties particularly. Usually it's a lot of skincare, body care, and then a little bit of makeup, but we've got I think majority makeup products today. So without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Starting off with some skincare, I've used up this Mario Badescu Hyaluronic Eye Cream. I liked this. I think I would repurchase it, but I would like to try something else first. I had my eye on a eye cream from Good Molecules, so I think I might pick that one up next. But I already had an eye cream sitting in my big box of skincare, so regardless, I won't be repurchasing anything anytime soon. It was nice, but I don't know if it actually did anything. And if I wore it under makeup, I noticed that my mascara was much more likely to smudge and I would get like a ring of mascara under my eye. So I don't know if that's really this eye cream's fault or if that's just the mascara I was using, but regardless, it was okay. It's just a cream. I also used up this Proactive MD Adapalene Gel 0.1%. This is my holy grail acne treatment. I don't use it as much anymore because I was able to get my skin down to a very balanced place, but whenever I am breaking out or there's a lot of texture or something to my skin, I just take a little bit of this like every other day. Sorry, the cat's upset that I have something on my lap. I take a little bit of this on my skin every other day and it just clears it up so fast, and it's my favorite skincare product I've ever used for acne treatment. I also used up this Cetaphil Sun Sheer Mineral Face Liquid Sunscreen SPF 50. This is a really good one. It does have a little bit of a white cast, so I think it's best for using under makeup, and but I really like it and I think it works really well. I don't have any issues. It doesn't break me out, which is my main one. And I think it's a physical SPF. Yeah, it has zinc oxide, so that's something to consider as well. So we have this Pixie Clarity Acid Peel. This I did not like and would not repurchase. I don't actually think it did anything. It's one of those that kind of self pills, and I think it's supposed to make you think that that's skin coming off of your face. It's not. It's just the way that the formula works, I guess. I don't know. It was I didn't notice any sort of difference with my skin. If I wanted something exfoliating for realsies, I would reach for this Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. This I think worked really well. This is honestly the only Peter Thomas Roth mask that I thought really did anything for my skin. I think it was exfoliating, but I just don't think that any of these are worth the price tag. I could just as easily get something from Good Molecules, The Ordinary, Mario Badescu that's probably just as effective. I also used up this Dr. Andrew Wheel for Origins Mega Mushroom Relief and Resilience Soothing Treatment Lotion. This was like a toner, and it was nice. This was really old when I found it in the bottom of a drawer and was like, let's give it a try. So I don't know if it's really even fair for me to say if I would buy it again. And then the last thing is this Apto Skincare Balancing Mask with chlorella and green tea. This is nice. It's supposed to be oil controlling, and that's not really something that I struggle with, but I did find it very balancing. My skin felt very even after this, not too oily, not crazy dry, nothing like that. So I thought it was nice. Oh, and then I also have a mini of this Lancome Advanced Genifique Youth Activating Concentrate. This stuff is fine. I use it because I get it in little gift with purchases or gifts from my mom, but it's not these little minis. I don't think this is actually doing anything for me, and I would definitely never purchase it. And then some other kind of body care products. I used up another Bath & Body Works shower gel. This is the Dream Bright scent. I tend to prefer like fruity or citrusy scents, and so I don't think this is particularly something I would use up, but I do like these body washes. And I am almost through all of the ones that I had. And then I also used up this Dove Advanced Care Invisible Clear Finish Mini Deodorant. I didn't love this one. I thought it was going to be unscented. It doesn't say it has a scent on it, and it was very perfumey. It was like very floral. And so it's just not, I would not get this one again. And then I also used up a Sensodyne Pro Enamel toothpaste for sensitive teeth. I like this toothpaste. This is the one that I buy. And then now I have a new one in my bathroom drawer. So rinse and repeat. And then the last thing before we get into makeup is this Derma E Scalp Relief Treatment Tea Tree Oil Aloe Vera Herbal Blend. This is just like an oil that you put on your scalp after you shampoo, and it's supposed to help with itching, redness, irritation, etc. Even if it doesn't really do much long term, it feels really nice. It's very soothing, and so I do think this is something that I'm going to repurchase. Maybe the next time I do an Ulta run or something, because it feels very nice. I tend to have a very irritable skin in general, all over, but also on my head. And so this is something that I've repurchased before, and I would probably get it again. And now it is time for the makeup. Starting with primer, I have two. The first is this Ulta Beauty Poreless Face Primer Mini. This was just okay. I don't think these kinds of silicone pore filling primers are for me. And then the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Power Primer Supercharged Essence, I actually really liked. I think it looked really nice. It spread over the skin really easily, makeup applied well over it. It just sometimes would react badly on top of SPF, so I don't think I would repurchase it for that reason, and I hate the packaging. So this is something where like the product itself is pretty nice, but I would not repurchase it because there was just a couple nitpicky things. For foundation, I just have this Tarte Maracuja Juicy Glow foundation. I did not like this. It was so glittery. It felt like it was like 1 part foundation to 1 part liquid highlighter in this bottle. Also, the bottle like completely fell apart. The packaging was not very nice. This was just like all around like probably a 2 out of 10. Like I could make it work by mixing it in with other things, but I would never repurchase something where my final review is I could make it work by using other stuff. Then some concealers. The first is this Clinique Even Better All Over Face Concealer. I actually really like this. I think this is a really good formula for like spot concealing and like covering acne, because it's a little bit thicker and drier, but it doesn't get cakey. It's just more viscous. It doesn't spread out a ton around the spot that you're trying to cover. You can kind of just really lightly tap in that area and it'll just set in that spot. And it was a good color for a face concealer for me. So this I ended up really enjoying. I think if maybe it was on sale again, like for Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I needed a concealer, I would be tempted to get it again. But I think for most concealers, I try not to ever pay full price for them because I do tend to like some more pricey concealers. So if I can get them on a sale, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I also used up this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. And this was in a bronzer shade for me. I used this up through my Graveyard Project pan along with the Laura Mercier primer. And it was fine. I just don't think that liquid bronzers are really for me. I think that they are a little bit more difficult to use than a powder bronzer. Powder bronzer, I just kind of go in with a big fluffy brush and just diffuse it out around my face. But this, I felt like, maybe because it's a concealer, it's more pigmented, but I had to be really careful with this or else I looked like I was trying to be like J-Lo, I guess. I don't know. That's the only thought that comes to my mind. Like when someone does their makeup for like a Halloween costume and they're trying to be someone who has like deeper skin, so they're wearing just like a ton of bronzer. So I had to be careful with this. It was nice while it lasted, but not for me. Then some powder empties. The first is this Coty Airspun Loose Powder. It is completely used up, and I was really surprised that I got this used up this year. I thought it was gonna be something that I took with me into 2025, but this is an okay powder. I've had it for so long. I think like if I was in a pinch and I needed a powder, and I was at the drugstore, I might pick this up again just because I know what I'm getting. But I'm kind of curious to try something new, or just experiment, maybe get some like minis from Sephora, just to like try a couple different formulas before picking another full-size powder, because these things take forever to use. The other powder is this CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Pressed Powder in the shade Classic Beige. This is another powder empty. I finished them up both around the same time, and I am really glad that I got through this year. I think this is discontinued. This was, I would say, like my holy grail pressed powder for a long time. I've gone through like 3 or 4 of these, I want to say, but I want to try something new, so I would repurchase it again. But I think for the next powder I buy, I might just try something new. I finally said goodbye to this NYX Thickening Brow Mascara. This was actually really nice. I liked it. It got gross. The packaging, like the handle split open. I feel like there's nothing actually in here anymore. This is just like all gunky, and for me, mascaras are hard to let go of because it has to be like really difficult to use or flaking and smudging a lot. Like I changed the formula for me to let it go. And then this was even harder because it was still like applying to my brows even after the point where I was like, I should probably let this go. So it had to be just like really janky for me to decide to let it go. Speaking of mascara, I have 3. The first is this Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. It's just spoiler alert, none of these I loved. This one has a very like plastic bristly wand. If I remember correctly, this was my favorite of the 3, but I think I used these 2 in conjunction because this is a soft, like very L'Oreal Lash Paradise style wand. This is Lancome Monsieur Big. And so this, I would like get a lot of product onto my lashes, and then I felt sometimes like I needed to go over it with something that had a very like little bristly brush to separate my lashes. And then eventually I lost this for a while, so I switched over to my Lancome Lash Idole mascara. This one was my least favorite of these 3. I just find this type of brush to be kind of difficult to use, and I didn't love the formula. I just don't think it did much for my lashes. And so all 3 of these are fine. If I got another like free sample, I would use it, but I don't think I would ever buy them at full price, like pay $20 for this kind of mascara. And then I also used up this Cargo Cosmetics Swimmables Longwear Eyeshadow Stick in the shade Morro Bay. This one was really nice to use up. This I tried to pan last year and then brought it back for my Graveyard Project pan, and this was just really easy to use this year. There's like a little bit left that I could show you, and I'm sad because I do really love this formula. I think it blends and wears really well, but this is no longer a brand anymore. Cargo Cosmetics shut down, so I need to kind of go through and decide if I'm either going to use up or let go of any of my Cargo products, because they are also getting very old. I finally decided it was time to say goodbye to this Real Techniques sponge. I like the Real Techniques ones. I just think that they start falling apart faster than some of the other sponges that I've tried. My favorite is the Eco Tools like compostable purple one, which I am actually using one of those right now, so that's the one I'm going to repurchase. I don't think I would repurchase this one. And then lastly, very exciting, I used up my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in the shade Champagne Pop. If you missed my Graveyard Project Pan update or finale, I'm very sorry, but for spoiling this, I'll have my project pans linked down below. But I am just so excited to have finally finished this up. Obviously, if you are aware of this whole saga, I didn't actually use up most of the product because I did drop it and it like shattered and got everywhere. But from what I was able to salvage, I did use that up completely, and I'm just really happy that I did so because this was obviously a very delicate highlighter. And it broke a lot while I owned it, so being able to love it and then let it go was really satisfying this year. I don't think I would repurchase it, only because I have so many highlighters in my collection, and I don't want something that is so precious that I feel like I can't take it on a weekend or throw it in a makeup bag if I'm going over to a friend's house to get ready or something like that. So unfortunately, this is beautiful, but it's just too fragile for me. So this is everything for this empties video. Thank you so much for joining me. I was really happy with all of the makeup empties that I had. If you enjoy these types of videos, please stick around. I organized all of them into a playlist, so I will have that linked down below as well. And most of all, if you enjoy this kind of content, using up makeup, beauty, like just loving the things that we have, please stick around. And I hope you're having an incredible, awesome day wherever you are, and that I get to see you in a future video. Thanks, guys.